can you address the question of world peace and how to achieve it? And, well, I'll take the next one successively after this. But first of all, let me say about world peace that right now we're in a period that seems extremely tenuous and filled with conflict and filled with warfare and violence and terrorism. And it certainly is, but there have certainly been worse periods in history. Partly what we're seeing is the result of an excessive media attachment to promoting the fact that there's discord around the world. And so every little incident is used as a way to sell newspapers or to sell TV programs. And the sheer amount of world conflict right now is less than it has been at most times in history. The promotion of that conflict is greater. That does not say that there isn't a huge amount of tension in the common consciousness in the world today. There is a lot of inner conflict. Outer conflict comes from inner conflict. People look for outer causes. People are trying to take over territory, or there are religious fanatics, or there are class warfare or economic strata warfare, and that's the cause. None of that is the real cause. The real cause of conflict in the world is conflict in the self. And so what we have to do to overcome world conflict is we have to work on the consciousness of individuals. Some years ago, during the first Iraq invasion, Davy and I were in Minneapolis and staying with with two very good friends of mine who are quite liberal politically, and they were very anti-war, and they wanted us to go out and join in an anti-war demonstration where people were walking down the street banging on pots and pans as an anti-war demonstration. And we kindly told them that we actually preferred not to do that, but what we would do is we would stay home and meditate during that time for world peace. Well, I think our way is better, frankly, that the creation of world peace inside oneself is at least claiming that ground of one person, and that consciousness spreads. There's a sense that if enough people meditating together can create a consciousness, and it doesn't take, there have been experiments with a TM movement where they moved into a small town in the northeast somewhere, I think Rhode Island, Providence. And because it was, Rhode Island was a small state with a relatively small population, and quite a number, a couple of thousand moved into that area. And meditating together and working together, the number of incidents of violence went down, the crime, other kinds of crime went down, the weather improved. There were a number of measurable changes that happened from that. And so that sense of consciousness goes out. So what is Ananda's part in this? And this is very important because world peace cannot be achieved passively. It must be achieved actively. But we can help achieve that by what we're doing in several ways. One is that we end almost every group meditation, in fact, I would say all group meditations, end with a visualization and a prayer for world peace. So from that state of calmness and interior change that we have produced in our own consciousness through meditation, we're sending that vibration out into the world, and receptive hearts will pick up on it. Even non-receptive hearts will feel it, but perhaps not be as changed by it. then we need to also, as well as that, we need to take active part in world peace. That's one of the reasons that we have worked so hard on creating an internet website and an online presence. Last year, we had over 250,000 new visitors to the Ananda website. And on that, you can get talks by Swami Kriyananda and other ministers. You can get pictures. You can get many, many books that you can read, thousands of articles. Bharat has a wonderful site for supporting meditation, and so on. In addition to the number of people that came, people from 204 different countries came. I didn't even know there were 204 different countries. But with that energy going out, constantly promoting the idea of world peace and change of consciousness, it does have a real effect in the world. The other things that we're doing is, it could have slipped by, Nitai talking about the going in and with the high school boys and doing service projects in town. And the story he told about, does it really help? And then, of course, this young man told him how much it had helped him personally. But that sense of putting out actual service to others in a tangible way is very, very important. That is much more important than trying to create world peace by adding to conflict in some way, by fighting against those who are not peaceful. Swami tells a kind of story of why he learned Italian, and it's because he had a translator who, I'm talking here about, our vibration is more important than the words we say. And Swami said that he was talking to the audience and he was leading them, and he said, "Feel the peace." And the translator, "Senti di pace!" And Swami realized that he had to learn the language because the vibration that we put out is more important than the form in which that vibration is put out. And so in all these ways, Ananda, in what we send out in the website, in having dozens and dozens of meditation groups and centers around the country and groups of people that are working in this way, it is a very, very important part of creation of world peace. And we must actively, all of us, we really do have the responsibility, having been given these great teachings, to hold in our own consciousness a vision of world peace and to work actively to produce that.